Ideas. Where do they come from? Modern life is built on so many technological advances that it may seem daunting to understand everything around us. We may think that in order to have a great idea, we must first catch up to this technology. This series explains how many modern advances are actually based on very old ideas. However, before we can have an idea, we first need a problem. There is a cyclical nature to this, as old problems return again and again in more modern forms. So, to comprehend the ideas of the future, we must first travel back in time to relive the origin of great problems. These are the stories of human history. It is our story. We begin with a problem. Alice has a treasure, and she needs to send her friend Bob a letter explaining where it is hidden. Because of its value, she must keep the contents of the letter a secret in order to protect it. Alice is in hiding, so she asks her friend with a bike to deliver the message immediately. Although she trusts her friend to deliver it privately, there is always a chance that someone could steal it en route and find her treasure. So she must disguise the message in order to make it unreadable to anyone other than Bob. How does she solve this problem? Alice's situation has been reoccurring for thousands of years. It has decided wars and shaped our history. How did we solve it, say, 2,000 years ago? And would we solve it any differently today? The story of keeping secrets begins with two ancient ideas: numbers and chance. They were inspired by two reoccurring needs: counting and gambling. First, we must return to prehistoric times, before Christ, the Greeks, and civilization itself. 37,000 years ago, the Stone Age. In Paleolithic times, we had a striking curiosity with the heavens above. By day, the sun, and at night, the stars and the moon. Now, the sun would rise and fall each day, but the moon underwent a longer cycle. Each night it would appear as a slightly different shape. A certain amount of time passed from one full moon to the next. And we care because the moon has great power. At first we may have noticed it controlled the sea level, which would rise and fall according to its position. This explains the markings on ancient human artifacts, dating back 37,000 years. They show early humans measured this cycle by marking the days between full moons. Scratching out numbers allowed us to calculate that exactly 29 days passed between each full moon. Applying math to the observable universe in order to discover patterns leads to scientific knowledge. And as we all love to do when encountering something new, we first try breaking numbers in half. This primitive calculation leads us to division, starting with 2. Artifacts show us listing numbers that could be split evenly, such as 6 into 3. However, we noticed unbalanced numbers such as 3, 5, and 7, which could not be shared equally. Division is important because it led us to think deeper about the nature of numbers themselves, rather than just using them to count or measure things in daily life.